Hey, this is Travis. In the previous videos, we've talked about the first wave of DeFi. These are the most foundational products, I would say, within all of Web3, but especially within DeFi. We've got things like decentralized exchanges, lending borrowing protocols, yield farming, yield aggregators, DeFi dashboards. So take a look at those videos if you haven't seen them. Now in this video, we're going to talk about some new waves that are emerging in DeFi 2.0. Let's get into it. Stablecoins are becoming more and more popular in Web3. This is because they are non-volatile compared to most other cryptos. They can be used more effectively as a medium of exchange. This price stability is important in order to buy and purchase things. You know, like if you're a buyer, you don't want to buy using a currency that you think is going to increase a lot in value. And if you're a seller, you don't want to accept a currency that you think is going to decrease a lot in value, or that you think could decrease a lot in value, especially for day-to-day transactions. So this is why stable coins are becoming more popular in Web3. We can see that their circulating supply is growing massively, with USDT and USDC as the two main stablecoins based on circulating supply or market cap, and there are many others here. So we're going to talk about the different categories of stablecoins. So let's start with the first idea. Like, stablecoin is as full reserve, or we're going to call these fiat-collateralized stablecoins. These are regulated companies like Tether and Circle that have fiat reserves in the traditional banking system, and they issue stablecoins that are backed one-to-one by those fiat reserves. So USDT is Tether's stablecoin, and USDC is Circle's stablecoin. And these stablecoins are pegged, their value is pegged to the US dollar. So it should, each coin should have a $1 constant price, although they can vary slightly off the $1 mark. For the most part, these full reserve stablecoins maintain their peg very well. The problem with fiat collateralized stablecoins is that there's a risk for centralization. So governments can come in and seize or freeze the accounts of Tether and Circle. And there has definitely already been controversy with regulatory bodies and Tether already. And this would undermine the stablecoin. And many believe that this reliance on central entities for a decentralized payment, like a stablecoin, is not appropriate. And so there's a lot of other, although these are the most popular stablecoins by far, there's a lot of other experimentation that's currently being done right now to decentralize stablecoins. Now let's go to the next one. Everything else we talk about will be decentralized stablecoins. So the first category is crypto-collateralized or over-collateralized stablecoins. And this gets back to the MakerDAO example that we talked about in the second video of this series, where you can deposit Ether or any other crypto or volatile crypto asset, and you can mint DAI, which is the crypto-collateralized stablecoin in the MakerDAO protocol. These stablecoin loans must be over-collateralized because the collateral itself, like ETH, is volatile, and it could drop quickly below the value of the loan, which would not be tenable in Web3. So these over-collateralized stablecoins, they're very important, and they were the first innovation beyond centralized stablecoins because they're fully decentralized and only rely on crypto. No one can censor these decentralized stablecoins. But the problem is that they are over-collateralized, and this is an inefficient use of capital. Now, the third category of stablecoins we'll talk about are algorithmic. So in the previous two cases, these were asset-backed stablecoins, full reserve and over-collateralized. So crypto was backing these and fiat reserves are backing these. Now, algorithmic, there are no assets backing them, and they try to use algorithms to maintain the peg of their stablecoin. So UST is a good example of an algorithmic stablecoin that we'll talk about. Now, it's ironic that I'm making this video right now because actually in the past couple weeks, UST has failed massively. It was by far the most algorithmic stablecoin. I think there were billions of dollars in circulation of UST, but it broke away from its peg massively. There was a massive sell-off in UST, and now UST is sitting around 9 cents. So it was pegged at $1, but now it's sitting at around 9 cents. So it lost 91% of its value, which is a horrible failure for the algorithmic stablecoin category. I don't want to comment on what I believe will be the future of stablecoins. I think that there's still a chance for algorithmic stablecoins in the future, but just understand that algorithmic stablecoins are sort of the cutting edge of stablecoin research, and there's a lot of experimentation being done right now, and it's a very new idea to control a currency just using software algorithms. Just to briefly touch on another one, we have partial reserve right here. This is like a hybrid between a crypto-collateralized and algorithmic stablecoin, and Frax is the best example of this. But to end off, we're going to be talking about something called non-pegged stablecoins. So every other stablecoin I talked about so far has been pegged to the US dollar or another fiat currency. But this peg on a fiat currency, some believe, is inappropriate for the Web3 ecosystem, because if you're pegging to a fiat currency, you're still somewhat relying on central banks who determine the monetary policy of that fiat currency. So for the decentralized, no intermediary Web3 ecosystem, some believe that a non-pegged stablecoin is best. And Olympus DAO is the most popular protocol trying to achieve this right now. They have a stablecoin called OHM, which is OHM. And stablecoin is kind of a misconception or a misnomer for the OHM token because it actually varies a lot in price. So if we go to OHM price, you'll see that I think it went as high as $1,300, and now it's down to around $17. But the main idea behind this OHM token is that it is the price free floats, but there's this floor value that the DAO protocol, that the Olympus DAO protocol ensures to OHM holders. So Olympus DAO controls this massive treasury of crypto assets and other stable coins, and they ensure that the OHM token can be redeemed for at least $1 or 1 DAI. So OHM holders can be confident that it will never go below this floor price because of that treasury collateral that Olympus DAO controls. So this is an example of non-pegged stablecoins. Of course, there's a lot more to get into with Olympus DAO, and we will talk more about it in the next video where we talk about issues with liquidity in DeFi. Thank you.